two questions that come up
Hmm.
in terms of, I don't know, in terms of what's going on out there in the photography marketplace.
Hmm.
An associate of mine who I'm trying to get interested in this is informing me about, besides regular photographs, there are now artists and people merging painting and even creating puzzles that
Hmm.
can be output and printed that way.
Yep.
And wondering if anyone had you have a comment about, is that, do you see that in the market really, or is it
We
just
do.
starting?
We do. We even offer them. Like, you can
Oh,
have a one-click integration where, there's a puzzle producer and you can sell any of your stuff as a puzzle. But it doesn't matter. That's not the issue you have. It doesn't matter what you're selling. You can sell anything, right?
oh,
You
okay.
still have an attention and a marketing problem, right? Like, that's the
Oh,
premise at
sure.
the end of the
Yeah,
day. I mean,
right.
I am amazed continually at the width and breadth in just crazy from top to bottom amount of things that are sold, right? It's just about anything in today's day and age. And the premise of your question was sort of like, ooh, there's some like new up and coming item essentially that's great, and if I just get into that, maybe I could start doing great too. And I like paying attention to those things too. We keep close eyes on those things, but
Right.
there's no blueprint that works for everyone. It's sort of just crazy how it goes. Um, Generally speaking, we encourage exploring as many different revenue opportunities as possible, and that's an important one. And let me give that teeth. You got a lot of people, whether painters or photographers, and I'll start with painters and I'll get to photographers. I only want to sell originals, right? Well, why would you only sell originals? That you're limiting your price points. Or, I only want to sell on one media type. Well, why would you only sell on one media type? You're limiting your possibilities. Or photographers, I only want to sell limited editions and I don't want to sell paper prints or metal prints or this prints or that prints. And I don't want to get into the merch. I don't even want to contemplate the merch, putting my stuff on coffee cups. I've got some of it here, T-shirts or any of the rest of it. And the reality is that this is a very difficult business to make it in. The last thing you want to do is tie your arm behind your back, meaning ignore potential revenue opportunities, right? And selling merch or any of these other types of things, that's just going to cheapen my work. Okay, yeah. Tell me about the museum that you've been in that doesn't have a gift shop, right? Like all of them do. The larger point is that very, very many artists and photographers are breaking the rules in terms of having too few products in their stores and too few price points. They're either too low or too high, or they all start really, really high and they don't have anything on the low. And what that fundamentally does is it goes against a couple of trends. One, the easiest customer to get is the one that you already have. Okay. And so when your prices start at $1,000 and you don't have anything in the $250 range, and I can't buy anything from you, and I can't buy anything and put it on my wall, and I can't buy anything, put it on my wall, and just look at your work for the next 10 years until I can afford original, I'm not going to remember who the hell you are, right? And so those things, those types of things infuriate me. But you have me ranting down at the side, Red. What was your second question?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that was good. A second question is, looking at the first part of the pyramid in terms of getting a list of your potential customers together, or attention, I think you called it.
Yes.
Um, what I'm what I'm trying to relate to is, I don't have a website right now, but
Yep.
obviously we're going to build a website when we if we join you.
Hmm.
And how do
How
you
do how
get
do you get
people?
started on the attention is what you're asking, and
Yeah, how do
yeah,
do
it's
you have to just
definitely
tell your friends, or
yeah,
can
it's
the
definitely a
website
chicken and
draw
egg.
other people? Go ahead.
It's a chicken and egg situation for sure, right? Like which came first. And we have a whole bunch of hacky stuff. I mean, look, the reality is whether you have 10,000 people on your email list or you have zero. Do you know how the email list has grown? One email at a time. One email at a time, right? So that's all the stuff that we teach. We teach you how to get started. We teach you what to do. We teach you what to do at every stage of the game, and you start in working at it. And if you're starting from scratch and you don't have anything going on early on, total pain in the butt. Total pain in the butt. But again, that's why I give my presentation up top, right? Like you have the perspective of how long it takes. Like, do you have 3 to 5 years of heavy grind you need to do on your marketing? Yeah, you do. But guess what? It's the only way you're going to build a sustainable business where you own and you control the rules. So is it worth doing? Yeah, it is worth doing because you're going to be able to sell your stuff for the rest of your life, right? Or pass it off to someone else at the end of it. And that's the whole ball game. That's our whole, way of looking at things. So we that's all the stuff that we teach.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What's up, YouTube? Thanks for checking out the Q&A. What if you have your own question? First, you can leave me a comment below on this YouTube video. I see them. I will respond. Number two, definitely encourage you to subscribe. It's very easy to do. There's some fancy motion graphics going across the screen now. But there's a subscribe button. There's a bell button. You'll know when we're live. You can come on and say, Patrick, I have a question, even from your YouTube app, which is super handy. And then the third is 3 times weekly, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, free Zoom calls. We call them the Art Business Workshops. There's going to be a link directly below me in this description. You can sign up. They're free. You can come answer your question, which I'm sure will be awesome. And I will do my measure best to make sure my advice is slightly better than marginal. No, but in all seriousness, I'll take a crack at answering it. Thanks for checking out this video.